Hello. Hi. Yes, excellent. Hi. I like it. Can you give me the games light scene because it's real dark up here. The next one. There you go. Andrew's out. He had surgery, his beautiful face. And then can you start the live stream? I trust on Andrew to do all that stuff. And all you have to do is say, start streaming. There you go. Thank you. Andrew does a great job with that, but he had a little bit of surgery on his eyes, so he's doing much better. From what I understand, he's prettier now, too. Cheek, eye, right there. It was super pretty now. He's real cute now. So, so I trust him, and so Tanner is taking over. Good job, Tanner. Thank you. Everybody, Tanner. Yay, Tanner. So, thank you for helping out with that. So, OcYth, we got a couple of announcements. What's up? This is Owen. You still single? Still single. There you go, ladies. Valentine's Day next week, I'm just saying. He's got money to burn. Anyway, it's dead. Is it on? On is important. Oh, yeah, get him some batteries. Somebody, can you do that? Here you go, battery lady. Sarah's got you covered. I will fill in. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It was not me. Did somebody drop a mic? What just happened? Woo! All right, turn me down just a little bit. Make sure we don't feed back like last time. That's way too much. He just turned me off. All right, let's get started. I hate you. High school and middle school girls, you guys are in the full armor. How many more weeks do you have on that? Just tomorrow, and you guys are done with that. Same thing, 10 Commandments. You guys are on commandment number, anybody remembers? 5? You guys are on 5, right? 7. You're on 7, so you got a couple more weeks. Yeah. All right, there you go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so middle school guys, 10 Commandments, 6 to 7:30 right here. All right, you got the next one. Go.
Middle school girls Bible study, Mondays, and it's...
So this is what they're going to be doing starting the next week at 18th.
Overcome study start.
So you're going to watch part of the movie and then study a little bit? Okay. And then it's discussion. So have you seen this movie, Overcomer? It's a really good one. So it starts February 12th. Ooh, that's purpley. You want that one?
Yeah. Middle school and high school girls paint and potluck party.
You know what potluck is?
No.
Everybody brings food. So everybody's supposed to bring food to share.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get like a bunch of different things. Yeah. Everybody brings mac and cheese, but whatever. You're supposed to bring different foods. Yeah, Doritos shows up a lot at a youth potluck. I don't know why. Mountain Dew, Doritos, and mac and cheese, and that's pretty much all it is. There you go. Go ahead. So if you have a phone, scan the QR code. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it? All right, I got it. I think that's it with the announcements, right, Caitlin? All right, so cover them up. We got a game because next weekend it's going to be like football. It's like Super Bowl weekend, so I figured the girls needed a game that like all my cat ladies out there. A couple of you guys like cats. That's okay. I don't judge you. Some people, I like dogs, but they don't have crazy cat guys. They have crazy cat ladies, though, so it's more general to y'all ladies.
You just started a huge debate.
I did. Are you cat guy or dog guy?
Dog.
Dog all the way. Josh is like, but I'm a cat guy, so I'm going to live my life with cats. That's okay. I don't judge you. So, awkward cat trivia, you got them covered up back there, Caitlin? Hit media, top right corner. Oh, where Andrew? Oh, if you're on the live stream, Andrew, I miss you. I'm kidding. Tanner's learning. We gotta teach him. You got it? Top right, media. It'll cover everything up and slide it up. I don't want you in the back there to cheat, you cheaters. Everybody that walks behind the screen, she's got to cover it up a little bit. And then, do you need help? Well, they're going to see the answers. I know he cheats. Nolan's all about cheating. Here, let me see it. You get media.
We're holding hands.
Media, right here. You hit that. And then, yep. And then slide that up. You got to get right, there it is, up, past it. And pull it all. There you go. Hey! Oh. There we go. Sorry, today's Scatterbrain Day. Also, yes, a round of applause. Does anybody lose a beautiful frog necklace? Is that yours? Okay, you can buy it back on eBay for $39.95. There you go. It's been here for like 3 weeks now. Yeah, shipping's 40. 5 just went up. All right, awkward cat trivia. Ready, go.
What part of the cat is as unique as the human fingerprint?
All right, so we're going to do, and say ABCD, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the place in which you think the answer is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? What part of the cat is as unique as the human fingerprint?
That'd be so weird if it's a nose. Like,
Tongue? I don't know. I think your tongue's pretty unique. Mine's unique. I can crack my tongue. Watch. Isn't that crazy? I can crack my tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4. You better get there, because right now you're in 4. You're not in 3, you're in 4. 3's back there. Back in the corner. 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corner, 4 corner. All right, I want to make sure everybody's in the right space. All right, Paige knows where she's going. 3, 2, 1. It is their nose. It is their nose. It is their nose. They have a fingerprint nose. So, if you want to see if a cat did a crime, you just take their nose print from the sliding glass door. Because they put it all over there. It's real weird. All right.
remember Grumpy Cat? That was his real name.
What was his real name? Tartar Sauce, Mr. Grumps, Smiles, or Frank? What was, so 1, 2, 3, 4. What was, hey, if you are out, so 6th grade boys, if you yell out an answer, you will automatically be eliminated from the OC Cup. I don't deal with cheating. You will no longer win or be able to win the OC Cup. It's where I give you guys a prize and you guys get to go on an outing together as a group on me. Oh, yeah, well, everybody else left but them, so there you go. You're still in. Congratulations. Everybody else, you lost. So, 6th grade boys, do not shout out answers or you will officially be eliminated. I don't deal with cheating. No guessing out loud. Guess in your head. All right, so I got 3 left. All right, there you go.
What was the most popular cat meme in 2022?
Don't yell out answers. You can talk very quietly to your friends. Do not yell out answers. You can talk quietly to your friends. You guys can guess that. What would you say?
Probably like Oliver.
You think it's Oliver? So we're going to have, I will tell you, we will have a winner. Because it's not Mochi. Moochie? Mochi. 3, 2, 1. It is Luna. Luna is, no you didn't. You're in 3. She's in 4. She wins. 1, 2, 3. Or nobody in 2. But you're still not in 4. Her intentions were 4. That's true. You did not rely on answers like this. Congratulations, you win. There's a prize table. I even put Pop-Tarts on there. So if you'd like a Pop-Tart, you can enjoy a Pop-Tart this morning. So, no, you can't have one. You lost. Oh, yeah, key tag bingo. What? What's the question? There's other options like hot sauce. You lost. All right, what's the number?
47.
47. Anybody got 42nd? Key tag bingo. If you don't know what that is, get your key tag out. Last 2 numbers. Anybody have 47? You do have 47. Bring it here. Let me see. Here you go. No, he says he's got 47, so put that one back. Let's see. Last 2 numbers. That's 45. That's not 47. Did you say 47? He said 47. You lose. It's 45. 45. What is it? 0. So, and 2 zeros. 0, 0. Does your number end in 0, 0? No? Yes? No?
7.
7. 0, 7. Nobody? All right, 007.
72.
72. Man, go faster. These people are like, some people are not bringing their key tags.
30.
30. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like...
53.
53. Yeah, keep going. We're going to go faster now. This is like speed bingo. Go.
No.
53 doesn't count. He loses.
36.
All right, go faster.
5.
05. Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
When you can go faster.
59.
59. Oh, we got one. All right.
Who's it? 59. All right, yeah, you got it.
There you go. All right, so Kyle and the 6th grade boys win. Praise and worship team, come on up.
Is that the last part of the game?
Oh, I can do the rest. Yeah. What state has the highest percentage of cat owners? Vermont. What is a group of cats called? No, it's a clouder. How many cats are kept as pets worldwide?
Too many.
Yeah, give me a second. 373 million. Hold on, let me get Caitlin taken care of back here. There we go. Oh, sorry, go away. How long were cats first domesticated as pets? How long ago? 12,000 years. What was first? Did we spend the first cat into space? There has been a cat in space. 1963. Who invented cat door? Sir Isaac Newton. For 20 years, this cat served as the mayor of an Alaska town. What is his name? Mayor Stubbs. And that is your cat trivia.
Oh, is that my cue? Oh, okay. We done with the cats? Yeah.
I'd pray, but that would be weird over cats. Dear Jesus, thank you for cats.
I don't get cats. I really don't. I don't hate them, but they don't do anything. But all right, guys, let's stand up and worship together here this morning.
I have rowdied them up for you. Sing with a joyful noise.
with everything that's going on in the world today, God, I pray for this world. I pray for our country's leaders. But God, I pray for these teens that have to walk through it every day in the school halls, and no matter where they go, they're always faced with just junk, God, faced with temptations and things that some of us have never seen or heard of, let alone dealt with at their age. But God, we just pray over them today. Give them the strength that they need to get through every week, every day, every hour. But God, we thank you so much for bringing them here to Otterbein and to the youth group, and just a place where they can come worship you, learn more about you, and hear from you through Dwight. So God, we just ask that you be with Dwight as he brings your word, and just help us to hear what you have to say here this morning. In your name, amen.
All right. You a janitor in your past life? Look at you. You got like 84 keys. Oh, yeah. Is that like hip a little more sore than the other ones, holding all that wallet and all that extra stuff? Yeah. Good morning, y'all. Huskies. What's happening? All right, so let's get into this right away because I know you guys love small group, but we started a sermon series a couple weeks ago called Focus on Christ. Right at the beginning of the year, we talked about focusing on Christ and what we are to do as Christians. I don't want to say dumb it down because I don't think you guys are dumb, but I wanted to walk back and it's kind of like basic training, if you will. Oh, singers just messing everything up, distracting everybody. You're the worst. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. So we've gone through in the beginning, and I wanted to take this whole sermon series for you guys with us. This is a little bit of a repeat. I want to take this whole sermon series and go from the not just the biblical aspect, but from the worldly aspect as well, because I think it's so important for us to see what, as Seth just said, you guys are facing a lot of things from a worldly aspect, and so I want to bring in the biblical principle as well. And so I think it's very important for us to look at, in the beginning, we talked about sin. How do Christians define sin as the world defines sin? The world defines sin as right and wrong. We just changed the law and therefore now it's right. As to where Christians believe God designed it, and we're taking those rules and sorry, I was looking for the right word in my head and it was all swimming around. I couldn't find it. But we are willingly disobeying God's design. And so God says, listen, this is how I designed it. This is the best way you can live your life. And when we willingly disobey that, that's sin. God sets the standards. God sets the rules. When we disobey it, that is how we break God, and that is what we understand as sin. So we talked about that, penalty and consequences. Last week we talked about penalties and consequences. If you watched any of the football games, my 49ers committed a ton of penalties last week. They caused a lot of consequence, and it ended up that they, lost, unfortunately. Fly, Eagles, fly. There you go. I said it. It's on camera. So anyway, that just happened. Anyway, so but the penalties set them back. There was never a good penalty. The consequences some were good. You know, sometimes you do something well and the consequences are good. Same thing with our faith. God says you stay within these rules, you don't sin, and the consequences are good. You choose to disobey me, walk outside of my design and how I created you, the consequences will be bad. And sometimes you get away with some things, but eventually, I use the phone analogy, eventually your phone's going to break if you use it as a hammer. Eventually, it will break. You drop it enough, it will break. And so penalties and consequences. We have to understand all of that before we can even get too far into the Bible. And so there's one more concept that I need you to understand before I encourage you guys to read the Bible. There's just one more. There's probably a bunch more, but as I go through this, there's one more. And so let's play a game. I need a volunteer. None of the middle school boys in the back. No, you got your hand up. No. You've been up here. Henley, come on up here. So I'm going to Henley. Sorry, you guys got to behave if you guys want to come up on stage with me. There are penalties and consequences. Whoa! See, that just played out right here on stage. Hi, Henley. How are you? You're good. Do you want a mic or not? You're good with a mic, or do you want one? She's okay. You okay? You're come here. Right here. Let everybody say hi, Henley. There you go. There you go. This is Henley, National Singles Awareness Day. Are you got a boyfriend? No. All right, so another single one. There you go, guys. Just trying to help make some love here. All right. Maybe I know your dad. He probably won't let you date till you're 70. Anyway, so he probably will. Yeah, absolutely. I know your father. So let's play a game. So here's the deal. What I need you to understand, and this is the name of the game. It's called Do You Believe or Do You Know? Okay? Do you, let's see. Do you believe the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl next year?
No.
No, you don't believe that. Do you want them to? Wait, you're not a Steelers fan. Your family's a Steelers fan. Do you like any sport team? None. Okay, so you're not helping me in my analogies here. What do you like? Do you like Taylor Swift? What band do you like? You don't like any bands. What do you like? I'm going to have to ask somebody else to come up here if you don't give me anything. Okay, give me somebody else. Have a seat. So you got to come on up here. Wait, were you here last week? No, you. Have you been up? Come here. Her hand went up first. Do you like a sports team? Any of them? What team is it? Do you think they're going to win the national championship? Do you believe they can win the national championship?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that they're going to win the national championship?
No.
Why not? What's the difference between believing and knowing?
Knowing is knowledge.
Knowing is like certainty. Believing is there's a certain level of doubt, isn't there? So, okay, so here, let me give you, you've been with us a couple weeks now, right? You've seen people on stage. I have $5. Do you know or believe I'm going to give you this $5?
Believe.
You believe, you don't know that I'm going to, why do you not know that I'm going to give you $5?
Because.
Because why?
I don't know, just because.
Because you doubt me a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe Dwight's going to do something stupid.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, yeah. Wait, so this one knows that Dwight's going to do something stupid. This one believes that I'm going to give money. So we throw around these words, know and believe. Do you believe in Jesus?
Yes.
Do you know Jesus?
No. Yes.
Let me try it again. So it came at you fast.
Yes.
Do you believe in Jesus? Do you know Jesus? So let me mess with your head a little bit. Oops, sorry. Let me go back. I'm going to go back. All right. So you know Jesus, but you believe Jesus. So here's the problem with that statement, and I want you to understand this. This is what most people don't understand in their faith. If you believe something, there's a certain level of doubt that maybe it's not true. There's a lot of people in this world that say, I believe in Jesus. I believe in the stories, but maybe they're not true. And then there's a certain aspect of your life that eventually you're going to get and say, I know who Jesus is. So you can't know. Do you know that I'm standing right here, or do you believe I'm standing right here? You know I'm standing right here because you've engaged with me, you can see me, you can, but can you believe I stand right here? No, because you know I'm standing right here. You can't know something, you can't believe in something you already know. Does it make sense? It's one of those conundrums of life that can't exist together. You can't believe in something and know something. If you know something, then you're no longer believing in it, you know it. So do you believe or know that I'm going to give you this $5? You believe, so there's a sense of doubt. Who knows that I'm going to give her this $5? Who's been here long enough that I usually go through with so some of you guys have made that transition from, I believe Dwight's going to do it most times he does it, to Dwight always gives the money at the end. Have a seat. Go ahead, give a round of applause. That's the same. You guys just showed me faith in this audience. You guys saw the hands up. Some of you guys believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the stories. I've done enough research. My mom's told me enough stories. It makes sense in my mind. And you've made it to the point of belief. But if you go throughout the Bible and the consistency of who God is, and these are some people I just threw up. Jews know their belief. They know the Old Testament, the first 5 books of the Bible, Torah. They know the Pentateuch. They know Moses' law to the point that they're willing to die for it. They know God. They don't believe in God. See, eventually we're going to you need to get to a point in your life that you go from belief to knowing God. Disciples, these men and women saw God, saw the miracles, engaged him, became part of his life. They encountered the God of the universe. They saw what he did, and they went from believing in God to knowing God and being willing to die for them because they know this truth. Eventually, you in your faith have to go from, there's a lot of people who aren't Christians. The entire Muslim culture believes in Jesus. In fact, it's written in their Torah that he was a good prophet. Some of you guys give me the squinty eyes. Jesus is in the Torah. They believe he existed. The history proves that he was there. We can go back through all they believe in Jesus, but they don't know who Jesus is. Eventually in your faith, you have to go from I believe in Jesus to engaging his presence, laying out your life in a way that you look for. God is in that sunrise. God is moving in my life. God delivered me from this. God, and you're young. You don't have as many experiences as old people like me. I got a lot more to draw from, but eventually you're going to have to sit down with the Bible, you're going to have to sit down with God, and you're going to have to get to know him. You're going to have to say, okay, what is sin? What is your law for me? How do you want me to be designed? How did you create me? And you actually have to get to know. See, I know my wife. So I give you a quick story, and this happened just this week. So my wife works in Hagerstown at a school, Fountaindale. She's the dance teacher for the School for the Arts there, elementary. She has a coworker who came to her office, and she's like, hey, I'm going to head home. My husband was just acting a little weird this morning. He was not speaking right. It's just something was wrong. She didn't believe her husband was sick. She knew that wasn't how he is. She knew him. She knew his day-to-day. She knew his makeup. So she went back home. She took him to the hospital. He just had surgery for brain cancer. Like, this happened this week because she knew her husband. She knew his mannerisms and who he was and how he acted, that he knew what to expect. Anybody that's been with me long enough knows that I always give the money away at the end. They know, they've come from the position of, maybe Dwight will do something stupid. I kind of believe he's going to do something dumb, to Dwight's going to do something dumb. Like some of you guys, I had somebody talk to me about the trip. I think I'm going to go. Those of you who have been on a trip with me, you're like, I'm going on the next trip with Dwight. Like, because you know me. Some of you haven't, and so you believe I want to go on this trip. I think I want to go on this trip. Some of you are in that stage of, I kind of believe in Jesus, but I kind of want to do my own thing. I want this sin in my life still because it feels good in the moment. They don't know the consequences. They don't know the penalty. They don't know the goodness and the grace of God. And so when you start knowing God, sin gets pushed aside because you know what God's capable of when we live in that sin, and you know the goodness that God gives when you live under His law, what He requires of you. You have to move from I believe to I know. There's this great section in the Bible right there at the beginning. Jesus designed Adam and Eve, and they sinned against God. They broke God's commandments of do not eat from the tree. And then all of a sudden, there's this great section in 5 that we blaze through it. If you ever read the Bible, chapter 5 is just genealogy. But it says that they lived back then hundreds of years. There's this great genealogy of their living hundreds of years, but in living so long, their sin became great and bigger. And because what happens is we started believing, the people of the earth started believing the lies of the world, and they started believing what they thought they believed, and then they passed it down from generation to generation to generation, and they fell away from God because they believed something else instead of knowing the God of the Bible. And then there's this great section of the Bible. If you ever see this in the Bible, know something's coming, God's at work. Now it came to pass. It is a fantastic phrase in the Bible because it says, God is now going to do something. Know that I'm going to do something when you hear these words. Now it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, and they were beautiful, and they had them as wives for themselves, all that they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. God saw our brokenness. Right after this, we're going to eventually get into the flood and Noah's Ark and how the world was absolutely terrible in their sin. God says, listen, I see what's happening. They're believing everything else but who I am. And they're becoming wicked. And they're becoming broken. And generation after generation, it's getting bad. He sees that in all of our, we say humanity's good. I'm a good person. Oh, I'm nice. If you really look at yourself, you're not always nice. We're all that way, and God saw that, and he said, listen, now my plan is going to be put into motion to redeem these people because they're going to get bad. And we've done it over and over again. He destroyed the whole earth with Noah's Ark. We're going to talk about those stories. And then he let his people go into captivity under Egypt. Sorry, my brain's not working. Egypt. And so they go into captivity to teach them a lesson. And constantly God will start trying to teach these lessons. But he's like, listen, I can't let them go 900 years. Sin is just getting bad and bad. And they're believing things and they're walking away instead of knowing me. And so from here on out of the Bible, as we discuss, it started at this moment that God saw our wickedness and he started a salvation plan that we're going to celebrate at Easter. Now it came to pass. They loved their wives. They were having kids. All of a sudden they're teaching their kids their belief system. Instead of knowing who God is, they started believing in other things, and then they got married and having kids, and God saw that this was going to be a big problem. He saw who we would become through Noah. And he said, I'm going to limit it to 100 years, 3 generations. If you guys make it to 120, you probably got 3 or 4 generations. If you start really young, maybe a 5th generation. But that's as far as your sin can go. And throughout the Bible, sin is talked about it's a generational thing because you teach your kids what you actually believe and know. They were believing, God saying, I need you to know. If you go to the Old Testament, it was required. If you look at the New Testament, it was required. Boys, you went to school and you knew every word of the Old Testament. First 5 books of the Bible, and then the rest, 39 in the Old Testament. You knew them. But some people chose to believe other things. So do you believe the stories? Or do you know, have you ever read the Bible and said, I believe the stories? Or do you read the Bible as, David? Or do you read the Bible as who God's character is through the story of David? Do you know God through David's actions and God's mercy towards David? Or do you believe the stories? That's where we fall short. And I know this is very me poking you guys today, and I'm sorry about that, but sometimes we got to talk about that as Christians. Do you believe the stories? Yeah, I believe the history of David. I believe those. Yeah, it could happen. I believe Jesus died on the cross. Or do you know the reason why he told those stories to show you consistency of who he is through the lives of broken people? Do you believe the stories? You know God who set in motion this plan for salvation for all of humanity to redeem us? Because a lot of people are like, well, I believe in God. Do you believe or do you know there's an eternity? For those of you guys who believe in eternity, let's hope eternity is not a place, because I know eternity. God says it's going to be eternity, and I know the consequences of our sin. But I also know who Jesus Christ is, who died on the cross for me, who took that sin on that cross for me. I know he did that. And so when I get to heaven, I'm not going to be like, well, I believed in Jesus. I'm going to be like, hey, where's Jesus? He is the reason I'm getting in. I can't do it myself. I know the character of who God is through his son, Jesus. You eventually have to take your faith from I believe to I know. And that's where I want to stop today, let you guys talk in small group a little bit. But it's a deep topic. It's a heavy topic, but it's one you guys need to understand, that you have to go from believe to know. I believed that the San Francisco 49ers were going to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, I was wrong. There was room for doubt and brokenness. I know for certain Somebody's going to win the Super Bowl. Who it is, I don't know. I believe in the stories. No, I know the stories because history has proved it true. Artifacts, math, all that points to a creator. And I know it is Jesus. And so that is such a big topic today. But let's pray for you guys, get you in a small group. Heavenly Father, I want each and every one of these students to know you, to get rid of any sort of doubt of who you are and who you created them to be. Because belief is good, but the woman at the well, her faith, if you are willing, I know you can heal me, are some of the words people spoke. I know who you are. I'm willing to die because I knew you. I want each one of these students' faith to go from, I believe maybe you can sort of fix this, to, I know you have fixed this and you love me and you have a design and you want that into eternity with me, even though my punishment, my penalty is death. God, I pray that for each one of these students, that they figure out how to know you and not just let it hang on belief. We ask this in Jesus, your name, because you knew us first. You imprinted it on our hearts. Help us to chase after you like you chase after us. We ask this in your name. And God's people said, Amen. Small group, if you don't know where you're going, come see me.